friends, good afternoon. Mr. Modi had made a statement where he questioned Mr. Shinde as the Home Minister of India and his capacity as a prime ministerial candidate of the BJP and questioning the present Home Minister. He asked that did President Obama hold a press conference regarding US Navy SEALs operation in Abbottabad for targeting Al-Qaeda leader Osama bin Laden? Did he issue any statement for holding any negotiations with Osama? This was the precise statement from Mr. Modi. Nowhere did he talk about the action of Pakistan. Nowhere did he talk about how he intends to deal with this menace. And yet, the Congress party, of course, brushed aside his criticism. But the Pakistan has responded. And Pakistan from Islamabad has said their Interior Minister, Chaudhry Nisar Ali Khan, on Tuesday, had made a statement on Narendra Modi saying Bharatiya Janata Party, BJP's candidate for India's premiership, regarding attacking Pakistan to bring back Dawood Ibrahim was irresponsible and shameful. Now, what I don't understand is that this person called Mr. Chaudhry Nisar Ali Khan, who's the Interior Minister, is he admitting to the presence of Dawood Ibrahim in Pakistan? Number one. Number two, when a person from the opposition party and the incumbent Prime Minister is making some remark about the internal working of the country, how is Pakistan affected with that? He's making a statement about Mr. Shinde. And he's asking Mr. Shinde as to whether it was responsible on part of Mr. Shinde to have made the statement at the time of elections. If you are actually engaging in trying to get Dawood back into India, you don't announce it before the goals are achieved. And it was in that context this was questioned. And the answer and the response is coming from Islamabad. So we will tell Islamabad to mend their ways, and the manner in which they have been functioning and trying to work with India will not work. India is very clear of not interfering in internal matters of any other country, democratically elected leaders. And similarly, we would expect Pakistan to respect the same sentiment of Indian people, not to interfere and intervene in our internal matters, especially electoral politics, or questions between two democratic parties opposing each other in election fair, to question each other or their right to question each other. We believe that anybody who's democratically elected has every right to represent his country internationally, and non-interference from India on all the internal matters, except when somebody chooses to slay my soldiers' heads and send the decapitated bodies to India. Then I would question, not before that. Somebody tries and crosses my border and intervenes in my internal affairs, I have every business to question that. I will not be complimentary towards such acts of irresponsibility. At the same time, if I am making some remarks and questions about internally about the government or governments making about opposition, we follow the policy of non-interference within the country from any outside interference. And that is the principle on which India has worked, and we don't need Pakistan to make any irresponsible statement so far as the public or the democratic setup of this country is concerned. There is no compromise on that. Then further in the statement is also said, Narendra Modi had said if he wins elections, he would bring fugitive underworld don Dawood Ibrahim to India to be tried for 1993 blast in Mumbai. did you read or did you hear what Mr. Modi has said? From where does all this come in? Who's briefing Mr. Chaudhary? And whether Dawood is tried for 93 blasts in Mumbai, whether fugitive underworld Dawn is brought back to India or not, it is beyond the realm of Pakistan. Unless, what have they got to do with the blasts in 1993? I think Pakistan needs to issue statements so far as their involvement in blasts is concerned. Is there any involvement which Pakistan is worried about? Is Dawood Ibrahim in Pakistan? I think Pakistan should know what they are talking about. Mr. Modi made no such statement. Mr. Modi said, Mr. Modi asked the question to Mr. Shinde that if you were, because Mr. Shinde made a statement that we are planning to, we are talking to FBI and American agencies to bring Dawood back. This was Mr. Shinde's statement. On that, as a responsible citizen of this country, Mr. Modi raised questions that before you've brought him back, before you have achieved anything, why are you making these statements? And this is the answer coming from Pakistan. This is precisely where India has lost on its foreign policy. We believe in non-interference. We believe in peaceful coexistence. But we also believe Indian interests will not and shall not be compromised. And no country should have the audacity to interfere in our internal affairs. And that is the message we as Indian citizens are sending to our neighbor. Now, interestingly, Mr. Chidambaram also made a statement where he said, India's former Home Minister Chidambaram had said that government cannot send commanders to bring back Ibrahim. From where is it coming? Your own Home Minister said that we were talking to FBI to hand over Dawood Ibrahim to India. Utter irresponsibility, which is shown by the former Home Minister. Modi should first decide where Dawood Ibrahim is living and then he should dream of attacking Pakistan. Did Modi say that I'm going to attack Pakistan? Did Modi even say that Dawood Ibrahim is living? It was Mr. Shinde who said all this. Can this be the policy of India? Or should this be the manner in which Indian Home Minister should be responding? Or former Home Minister should be responding? One existing, one former. So we know exactly how our policies have been dealt with. Pakistan further goes to say Narendra Modi had crossed all limits in his enmity towards Pakistans and Muslims. I mean, are they the thekedars of Muslims? With the kind of Shia-Sunni riots which are going on in Pakistan all the time? How many Muslims are getting killed in Pakistan? What kind of human right violation is happening in Pakistan? We choose not to speak on these subjects because they are their internal matters. And we expect them not to speak on our internal matters, especially when it's a country like Pakistan, which sends beheaded soldiers to India and expects Indians not to react. And he would destabilize the region. From where? You've been involved in terrorist activities. You are destabilizing the region. You've sought to destabilize India under your covert activities by ISI. And blaming India for all your activities. That too when elections are on in this country. Abbottabad happened in your country. Osama was found in your country. And somewhere there seems to be an admission from the sequence of events that Dawood in fact is in Pakistan. That is the kind of admission which is coming through. Who gives you the right to make these statements about India and Indian democratic setup? Leveling these kinds of charges at the time of election, that too coming from Pakistan, I can only question that India was and is continuing to work as a soft state where terrorists could come in and go out, use it as a back lawn or a front lawn of their house, be it Bhatkal or whoever. We've not been able to handle Dawood's matter. We've got a home minister who's misquoting another leader of the opposition. We've got another home minister, a former home minister, who announces the arrival of Dawood Ibrahim before even his whereabouts are located. And it is this irresponsible manner in which Indian government was running its country, which suited its neighbor, and the pain is very apparent, the manner in which some of the Pakistani leadership has responded. And quite clearly, all these instances go to show that they dithered away from the policy of India first, and Indian interests seem to have been compromised and have not been protected. I am reiterating on behalf of the BJP that India first is the policy for all Indians. We wish to live in peace. We wish and respect peaceful coexistence with our neighbors. And we expect the policy of non-interference in internal affairs of other countries shall be adhered to by our neighboring countries. We've had another development today, and the former Information and Broadcasting Minister, Mr. Manish Tiwari, he still is actually, but elections are on, so I'm in that sense making this statement because most of the things today are working under the EC. Mr. Tiwari said that I state that after the perusal of newspaper reports regarding Judicial Commission appointed to investigate Adarsh scam, it reveals that you have not played any role. He'd made a comment about Mr. Nitin Gadkari, where he had said, Ajay Sancheti, whose only claim to the membership of the BJP National Executive is proximity to Gadkari, has a Benami flat in Adarsh Housing Society in the name of his driver. This was the statement made by him. There was a defamation case filed against him. And he made a statement that I state that in future I will never put you in disrepute by making any comments with regard to the Adarsh society and tendered unconditional apology. And on the basis of his apology, the case stands withdrawn. And he also said that he understands that such statements bring huge disrepute and have to face uncomfortable situation within the party and outside, and thus unconditional apology for the allegations made. So this is another development which has happened, and this was for information that INB Minister has tendered apology for a wrong statement.
Ma'am, coming to the Pakistan issue, ma'am, BJP's stand on Pakistan is very evident that you're hitting back, but on Dawood Ibrahim, ma'am, are you saying that what is your stand on Dawood Ibrahim? Are you in favor of not only him getting back, but facing the law?
I see anybody who has violated the law has to face the law. But what will happen, will not happen, will be, it's in the realm of hypothecation right now. It's hypothetical. How can I comment right now? I'll answer these things in due course, otherwise I'll be another Shinde.
There are media reports about Congress leader Digvijay Singh having got secretly married the second time.
Secret marriage is not possible. I mean, I'm just speaking as a lawyer because there is no divorce, and the things are very sexually explicit. All I can say is this lesson of morality gives a perverted definition, and I think Congress leadership should take into cognizance, because I can't react more than this, as I am not Mr. Digvijay Singh. मैं देखिए इसमें कुछ अभद्र किस्म की सीडी निकली है, और मैं दिग्विजय सिंह जी नहीं हूँ तो मैं उनकी तरह नहीं बात कर सकती, लेकिन सिर्फ इतना ज़रूर कहना चाहूँगी कि जो ये नैतिकता और तमाम ये कायदे से तो अपराध भी है, क्योंकि अभी उनकी शादी नहीं हुई है, गैर शादीशुदा हैं, डिवोर्स की प्रोसीडिंग्स अभी चल रही हैं, तो कानूनी तौर पर डिवोर्स नहीं है, और जो महिला हैं उनके पति के अधिकार क्षेत्र में है वो सब अपराधी ऑफेंसेस इन्वोक करना। पर चूंकि मैं दिग्विजय सिंह नहीं हूं तो मैं इससे ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं कह सकती। सिर्फ नैतिकता का जो पाठ पढ़ाते हैं, ये शायद नई परिभाषा नैतिकता की उन्होंने दी है। जी ध्यान नहीं है, 3 हाँ सज़ा हो सकती है, वो पति के अधिकार क्षेत्र में है। जी एक एक करके पहले ये पूछ लें, फिर आप पूछ लीजिएगा। नहीं, मैं कहाँ इंटरवीन कर रही हूँ? आपने प्रश्न पूछा, मैंने उसका जवाब दिया, मैं कहाँ इंटरवीन कर। वही तो मैंने कहा कि दिग्विजय सिंह जी होते तो वो कुछ और कहते, मैं तो उनकी तरह नहीं हूँ। मैंने यही कहा है कि मैं तो ना इंटरवीन कर रही हूँ ना बता रही हूँ, मगर एक कानूनी थोड़ी बहुत जानकारी रखती हूँ, तो इसलिए मुझे मालूम है कि ये तमाम किस्म का केस बनता है, और वो जो केस है वो उनके पति उन पर कर सकते हैं, तो ये आपराधिक गतिविधि है उस दृष्टि से। और जो नैतिकता और मूल्य आधारित समाज की बात करते हैं, उन्होंने नैतिकता की नई परिभाषा दी है, तो मैं यही कह सकती हूँ। Absolutely not, because there is nothing which needs to be hidden. On the contrary, the entire conspiracy by the two brothers, one being an IAS officer and one being an IPS officer from Gujarat Kada, how they have misconducted their businesses, how they have been corrupt, how a young woman was chased, all that will come forward. So we are really nothing to worry about. So the only thing is the things have to happen at the same time. I mean, it only is a question of time. So far as snooping goes, I can only go back and remind the Nehru family that snooping happened when Menaka Gandhi, the then daughter-in-law, was being tracked by the mother-in-law. And the IB was used to do that, and not only her, but her mother, and she used to run a magazine. The entire editorial board was being snooped at, and the matter didn't end here. It was continued by Rajiv Gandhi, where Rajiv Gandhi was snooping on Gyani Zail Singh, and Zail Singh knew, so he used to meet his visitors in the garden and lawn. And further, Rajiv Gandhi himself became a victim of snooping, because the then cabinet secretary recorded Rajiv Gandhi's conversation with him, where Rajiv Gandhi was directing the cabinet secretary to carry a suitcase full of cash to his brother-in-law. And all this is part of a former CBI and RAW chief. So, I mean, these are all documented facts. एक एक करके एक पहले उनसे पूछ लेते, वो भी शायद सेम सवाल कर रही हैं जी. ठीक है, आप नहीं, देखिए, पहली बात तो वो कोई प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस या कुछ ऑर्गेनाइज नहीं किया गया था, और चुनाव आयोग जो है देश की संवैधानिक इंस्टीट्यूशन है, और उसकी हम पूरी तरीके से इज्जत करते हैं. तो जो भी उनका आदेश होगा उसका पालन होगा, और उसका डिटेल जो भी जवाब जाएगा वो आपको बताएंगे. We respect the election commission, and it's a constitutional body of the country. Thus, we will await the verdict of the EC, and whatever it is, we will be abiding by it. And according to us, Mr. Modi did not violate the model code of conduct, because he never held any press conference. It's just that media usually, whoever are the important people in their eyes, they are tracking their movement. So it is one of those events, but rest we will await the verdict of the EC. किसने? नहीं, मुझे जानकारी नहीं है इस विषय में. मुझे जानकारी नहीं है, तो जिस चीज़ का ना मुझे तथ्य की जानकारी है, ना मुझे जी. वो पोलिंग बूथ नहीं था जी. मैं वही कहने की कोशिश कर रही हूँ, वो पोलिंग बूथ नहीं था, और वो तमाम जो टेक्निकल विषय है, वो जो भी जवाब होगा वो आपको बताएंगे, और जो भी ईसी का आदेश होगा हम उसका पालन करेंगे, क्योंकि हम उसको पूरा सम्मान देते हैं जो भी देश की संवैधानिक संस्थाएं हैं. I don't even know. But whatever is whatever will happen, we'll be in touch over that. Why should we challenge? I mean, right now, EC has given some address. They have to give us a notice. We will be filing our response. There's no question of challenging any authority. There is no verdict as yet. That's okay. But that's okay. We will be addressing that issue. It's a technical issue. कौन सी संपत्ति है साहब? मेरे को जानकारी नहीं है, मुझे कोई जानकारी नहीं है, और मैं दिग्विजय सिंह नहीं हूँ कि किसकी पत्नी किसकी माँ क्या कर रही है उसके बारे में मैं कुछ जवाब करूँ, टिप्पणी करूँ. आज चुनाव है और देश की जनता ने मुद्दे तय कर लिए हैं, और देश की जनता जो है आज विकास और बेरोजगारी के खिलाफ लड़ रही है, वो विकास चाहते हैं और बेरोजगारी के खिलाफ लड़ रहे हैं, महंगाई के खिलाफ लड़ रहे हैं। वही देश के मुद्दे हैं और चुनाव देश के मुद्दों पर चले तो बेहतर होगा। नहीं, तीसरी बड़ी अर्थव्यवस्था होने से क्या होता है साहब? तीसरी बड़ी अर्थव्यवस्था के अंदर कितने लोग बेरोजगार बैठे हैं, कितना देश का विकास हुआ है, या देश का संसाधन देश के बाहर गया है, आपके रुपए की कीमत गिरी है या बढ़ी है, वो सब विषय है ना। मुझे वर्ल्ड बैंक की सर्टिफिकेशन चाहिए या मुझे अपने रुपए की गिरती कीमत को रोकना है? मुझे ये जवाब वर्ल्ड बैंक थोड़ा ही देगा, ये जवाब भारत की सरकार दे। मुझे भारत की सरकार जवाब दे कि इस देश में जो बेरोजगारी है वो वर्ल्ड बैंक खत्म करेगा या भारत की सरकार करेगी। तीसरी बड़ी अर्थव्यवस्था होने से या ना होने से यहाँ का जो गरीब मजदूर है उसको कितना रोजगार मिला है, मुझे ये जवाब चाहिए। मुझे ये जवाब चाहिए कि बावजूद इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन और उद्योगीकरण इस देश में कम होने के, ये तीसरी बड़ी अर्थव्यवस्था कहाँ से हुई, उसका जवाब चाहिए मुझे। बावजूद कृषि दर कम होने के हम तीसरी बड़ी अर्थव्यवस्था बन गए, उसका जवाब चाहिए। देश को क्या फायदा हुआ, मुझे उसका जवाब भारत की सरकार से चाहिए, और उस जवाब के लिए मुझे वर्ल्ड बैंक की सर्टिफिकेशन नहीं चाहिए। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, थैंक यू। मेरे एजेंडा में नहीं है साहब, मेरा एजेंडा बिल्कुल क्लियर है जो भारत का एजेंडा है, और आज भारत के नवनिर्माण का एजेंडा भारत की जनता ने तय कर दिया है। अब इसके बाहर के जो लोग हैं जिनको ये बात नहीं समझ आ रही वो चलें। भारत की जनता ने एजेंडा तय कर दिया है कि उनको सरकार से क्या चाहिए, कैसी सरकार चाहिए और किन किन मुद्दों पर सरकार काम करेगी।